legends of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner, presenting the two-time Olympic gold medalist from Ukraine, a tremendous three-division champion of the world, Vasiliy Lomachenko. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Brooklyn, New York, in the United States, an electrifying two-division champion of the world, known as the Takeover, Teofimo Lopez.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
Todd, it's one of my favorite venues.
All right.
You can't get a better place to fight.
Thousands of fans here in attendance tonight, but when the bell rings, there will only be two that we're talking about. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. It's bombs away. Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. Johnny, a lot of fighters focus on their defense with their hands up. This fighter focuses on their defense with their footwork, moving on those angles, staying out of danger.
Todd, this is what it's all about. Hit and don't get hit. Jab, move, pop, slip. Use your footwork. Drive your opponent crazy.
He misses with that straight left. And the takeover's in some big trouble now. They survived that.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Good counter punch. Threw a punch and just got countered. You can tell he's stronger, but he's not faster. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Counter-puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy.
Counter-punch is my favorite.
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this. Lomachenko in trouble. A true champion knows how to get out of trouble after they got into trouble, and it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the...
And there's the bell to start round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
It's knockout or bust for both of these fighters. Swing and a miss with that hook. Beautiful counter punch. They're They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. Good counter punching. That counter punch caught him clean. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This fight has a real good flow to it. They exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Nice counter shot. Nice counter shot. There's a counter shot. Got out of the way of that right hook. Those counter punches have to hurt. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Misses with the straight left. That counter shot lands. Through the straight left, but it won't score. Caution being thrown to the wind. Well done with that counter shot. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Loma in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
What you doing? I need you to focus on what you're doing. You don't...
There's the bell to start round 3. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
Punch, counter punch. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? A perfect counter shot. That hook was off target. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best? Oh, right there! Lomachenko is buzzed! Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Catch and shoot. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Do you believe this? And he scores with the counter. Nice counter. When you watch lightweights, you expect high-level footwork and hand speed, and that's what we're getting here this afternoon. It's all offense all the time. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Loma in that last round. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
He's got to be smart, otherwise he'll see it and he'll ride it out. Go out there.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. You can't throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You're going to get knocked out. There's no doubt that this fighter's power can change the fight around in an instant. You can't afford to make one single minor mistake.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you hit and you know you're in there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
A perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter shot. Which fighter will say no mas? One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
How about that time counter shot? Nice counter punch. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw it.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Focus, big deep breaths. Big deep breath.
Up a little bit so he can't figure you out. Great work.
Fight's not over yet. You've got to go out there and win this round. You have everything in the...
Can't miss him. Great work. Stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Great round. Just the same again. Don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will
win this next round. I need you to get back out there.
Don't give him any free shots. Keep smart.
Get that jab back. Keep boxing. Be smart. Just get your shots off. Don't...
Beautiful. That's it. Just start sticking a few body shots in there.
It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it.
The referee calling for seconds out as we get set to jump back in the action.
Those 1-2 straights down.
Be smart when you go out there. Just take the round off. Win the round on your jab.
Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That counter shot lands. Beautiful counter shot. These punches coming from every angle. There's a counter shot. Ooh, a good straight. A perfect counter lands. And he scores with the counter. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Nice counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Good counter punch. Misses with the straight left. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
He misses with that straight left. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? How about that time counter shot? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Loma in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Let him back into the fight that round. Get out there and switch.
You do. Good work. Don't be looking there for one shot.
Switch on. You've been close in this fight. Now you're going back into it.
No, he's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go.
Let's start the 6. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. Beautiful counter punch. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
They know the second they touch you, it's done. They're that powerful.
Misses with the straight left. They exchange punches. Punching. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. Catch and shoot. You'd like to see more jabs. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. There's a counter shot. halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Punch, counter punch. Good counter punching. Here we go with these two lightning quick lightweights.
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed, they're confident, they know they just have to quick burst, boom! In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed, and that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Talk about Loma in that last round. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what, next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
You were thinking, you were sight. You're much better than this guy. You're much better.
Here comes round 7. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter-punching.
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've gone in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Nice counter shot. And he scores with the counter. Lucky that hook didn't score. And he misses with that straight left. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
A little bit back and forth between these two fighters.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That right jab just misses. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. He misses with that jab. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
And so far, the offense has been better than the defense. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
Switch back on. Get focused.
You were thinking, you were smart, you were loading up.
I need you to get back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back.
And don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end of what you do. Good work. Just stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him any free shots. Keep
About it. Switch on, switch on. You've been close.
Keep doing what you're doing. The gaps will appear.
He's going to be confident. You've got to take that confidence away. Go out in the first minute.
And there's the bell for round 8. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
They exchange punches. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Both men step back for just a moment. Those counter punches have to hurt. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. Uh-oh, Lomachenko just got rocked. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Well done with that counter shot. Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system to a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again, and the fight will be over.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Catch and shoot. Good counter punching. You'd like to see more jabs. That counter shot lands. He misses with that straight left. A perfect counter lands. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter shot. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Loma in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Focus. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him any throws.
You want everything in the bag. Now you've let him back into it.
Both fighters starting to get tired as we start round 9. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
The straight right just misses. countered. So much for boxing. This is a fist fight. That counter shot lands. Beautiful counter punch. A perfect counter shot. He threw the hook, didn't land. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
There's a counter shot. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. No rest for the weary. They miss with the jab. Nice counter punch right up the middle. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Loma in that last round. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Completely. Right, let's go out there.
At the defense on the end of what you do. Good work.
Just take the round off, win the round on your jab, and then breathe.
He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go, but you've got to be smart. Otherwise, he'll see it and he'll ride it out. Go out there and finish.
Double round, that is. Come on, you're letting back into the fight. You're much better than this.
I'm in already. That right hand is beautiful. That's it. Just
Switch on, get your boxing back together. Put him back on him this round. Get out.
great work. Good work there. The jabs are working nice.
I need you to get back out there. I need you to win this round.
Time winding down as we get set for another round.
Into the fight. Great round.
Smart. Just get your shots off. Don't give him anything. Go back and win the round.
It's round 10. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork or you're going to be a cooked goose.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Punch, counter punch. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. The straight right just misses. Nice counter. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Well, Johnny, as you know, there's a fine line between being aggressive and being too aggressive.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch They want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
That counter shot lands. Is he going to punch himself out, though? A perfect counter lands. Misses with the straight left. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. A perfect counter lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Loma in that last round. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter. And the corner man's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get on
Some bad rounds, all right, but we don't care. Go out there and win this.
Just stay focused.
And there's the bell for round 11. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show him your boxing skills. Step out of the way. Don't fight fire with fire. Use brain over brawn.
Good counter punching. Perfect counter shot. Nice counter shot. The straight right just misses. Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. Nice counter. Can they figure out the combination to this safe?
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter shot. Good counter punch. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Sometimes when you get nervous, someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Nice counter. Well done with that counter shot. The straight right just misses. Good counter punch. Well done with that counter shot. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run out of gas. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Loma in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
Too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing, the gaps will appear.
Okay, now you're switching off. You're starting to make mistakes and switching off.
But you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolute
Rounds are bad rounds, all right? But we don't care. Go out there and win this.
Otherwise, he'll see it and he'll ride it out. Go out there and finish it. Good work there.
On to the 12th. Was 1 minute enough time for them to recover after what we saw last round?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
You can see the heavy breathing, but that's not slowing him down. Beautiful counter punch. Nice counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Well done with that counter shot. Good counter punch. A perfect counter shot. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
The straight right just misses. That counter shot lands. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
That counter punch caught him clean. Nice counter shot. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. No rest for the weary. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. They block the uppercut. Good counter punching. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. What a dominant performance, and it shows up on the judges' scorecards as a unanimous decision victory.
Unanimous. You know what? Smart that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. At every round in the bag, there was no argument, no discussion, no mistake. It was so obvious.